And welcome back to the Los Alamitos preview show for Friday, February 19th. John Lees filling in for Ed Burghardt here alongside Les Onaka. Before we cover the late pick four, the last four races for Friday, let's catch up with Paul C. Jones and see what's going on there in his barn.
Goddess Through Fire, she is making her comeback race after about a 6-month layoff, and we're starting her off in this little overnight handicap. One of the things that we always look for when we bring a horse back off of layoff is number one is just you need to have them fit enough to run. So with her, we've got 3 works in her, and she's really training nice, and she's really coming into this race really well. So usually when I run just a little overnight allowance race, I'll come off of a layoff with just 2 works, but we put a little extra work in her just to really get her tight and prepped for this race tonight. A Goddess Through Fire starting from the outside post, which is usually a post that I like. On the outside, typically they get a clear running room, so if a horse doesn't break quite as sharp, they're not going to get cut off or pinched off or bumped typically as bad. The only downfall on the outside is when a horse breaks out to the outside, or when the horse just barely loads in the gate and they kick it too fast and they get startled and they don't break well. But typically it's a good post position to be in. Dunright Corona is making his first start in a stakes race in the Maiden Derby. This horse has just kind of come along slow. He showed a little talent, and he's run some seconds and thirds, but as the year progressed and as he matured, he's just started to get better and better. Coming into the trials for this maiden stake, we put a 350 work in him, and he worked really impressive, probably one of the best works that he's ever did. And he just came into this race like a new horse, like he's almost matured and really turned it into a racehorse. And he ran his maiden stakes trial really impressive. So we're really happy to have him in the race. I'm happy for the Bradburys and Lila Kissinger to have this horse in the race for him. Flay is another horse that we've got in the maiden stakes. He's tied for fastest qualifier with Dunright Corona. This horse is really exciting for me for the fact that he's by Favorite Cartel, and he's a half brother to Foose. He's out of Summertime Quickie, which is the mother of Foose, and Favorite Cartel. So he's kind of I bred him, and I bred Favorite Cartel, and also I bred and raised Summertime Quickie. So he's kind of an exciting horse. He's a big, good-looking horse, and we've had to really take our time with him due to some injuries early on in the year. So this race is really great for horses that haven't got to run early in the year and didn't make the early fraternities. So it's kind of a second chance race for some of those horses to have the opportunity to make some money and run in a big race. So we're really thrilled to have him in it, and we really like this maiden race due to that fact.
Well, thank you, Paul. So the stakes race is coming up this weekend. A Goddess Through Fire in the Denim and Diamonds, and of course the Los Alamitos Maiden Stakes. He's got a big contender in there. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, he got us to fire idle since last year, but this filly likes to win races. 10 starts, 4 wins, so I like the outside post for Goddess Through Fire. This is a horse that certainly is going to be on top because, first of all, she's training very well of late. Yeah,
so a couple of good stakes races here coming up this weekend to look forward to, and we're halfway through the preview for Friday's card. So pick